Peace. Think fast. Use your heart to decipher the reason why you might have went blank on a certain, like, you know how sometimes, you know, I done it in videos where I'm talking on a certain subject and I just draw a blank. You know, there's a mixture of things that could be going on, and you want to be aware of, you know, some of these things. So I'm gonna share from my experience, like, you know, what have been the cases. Like sometimes, you know, like say for instance, I'm talking on a certain subject, and I be like, you know, about to say something. It's like, damn, I just forgot that. Now, in a lot of cases, when, like for me, when I'm channeling information, so I'm just bringing down stuff straight from the ethers. I'm not even really thinking before I'm talking. In essence, it's just kind of like, you know, consciously pulling down, not say conscious, but constantly, you know, pulling down information from the ethers. And so it has me in a place where I can't hold on to a certain point because I'm trying to grab the information that's constantly flowing. So I be flowing with the information. It's like, oh, I forgot what I was getting at with that, because, you know, I'm pulling information down. That's one of the things that could be happening. Also, you could be talking and you be about to say something that's like being in your ego, or something that's just so low vibrational, you know, your higher self, like, cut, like make the record, like take the little thing off the record, like this don't even need to be aired out, like, you know, at all, you know. So sometimes that'll happen. So you be about to get in your ego and you could forget something, or the opposite, you know, you're completely not in your ego, channeling information, and you kind of just like, wait, damn, what was I about to go with that? Also, I've had this happen. The higher ups, you know, the beings that I work with, and, you know, higher self, I may be sharing certain information with y'all, and certain information is too much for the videos on YouTube, you know. And you see a lot of us that speak on a lot of, whether people who channel, or you know, highly intuitive people, or people doing occult information, whatever, like, where the ball get rolling and all of a sudden it's like, wait, they ain't want me to share that with you. And there's a little bit of both, because in some cases it could be, you know, the hot, and two, to show you like the, I'm even wondering if I could say like this part is even, but I'll just say this, like, how information is withheld on both sides of the coin. Let's just put it like that. Of course, we express a lot of things, you know. Matter of fact, I think to the 5% vibration, where I'm like, you know, being at and not like the 5% in the group actual, but like, you know, like a person who has the knowledge and information and shares it with people, you know. There's a vibe where you do have, like, say for instance, because you got our phones and things that they could send energy through and zap us in essence, but while we talking on a certain subject, and whether it be the actual just for lack of a better word, let's just say government, or the beings that they work with or work for, I should say, you know, zapping us from talking on a certain information. But, you know, sometimes it could be something that could blow up the matrix so much all at once that just like, it's like, damn, you know, hit us right quick and knock that information, you know, almost like making us fumble, like, oh, I'm about to score the touchdown. And one of those beings just come out of nowhere and just tackle you, like, you know, and like you fumbled and like, I forgot where I was going with that, you know. So sometimes it could be from, you know, from those entities, and also again from the side of the light, you know, in essence of like, which is all light, you know. Light is light, dark and or I should say black, white light, dark and light is all light. But yeah, like some of the beings that would like for this information to
I'm
be
having
shared.
trouble connecting to the...
Y'all. See that situation right there? I don't know if y'all could hear that, but I turned my Wi-Fi off. So why is my computer asking me about Wi-Fi when I'm talking to y'all about this? See, it's these things. You see, going off of service. So there's higher ups, you know, that may feel like, all right, not to withhold information, but some information is just not, you know, ready for it. Kind of like what our spirit guides not telling us everything, you know. So there's information that is being withheld from both sides of that spectrum, you know, just to keep it real honest. You know, it's not only what some people may call the Illuminati, or, you know, the vibration of those 1%ers that you know, and the beings that they work with that's trying to keep certain information hidden. But there's also the you know, the higher self is certain information that, you know, just shouldn't be shared with people. Because again, I could throw everybody off of their spiritual path by saying a certain little thing, and there's certain things that they are so real that just by them being said is gonna resonate with your soul. And even if you want to consciously forget it or not hear it, you know, you kind of like stuck with it, you know. And some of these type of things could be damaging to your growth. You know, if I tell you the end of the movie before it, you know, before you finish it, then you like, damn, why even watch the movie? Why even finish living life or even live? You know, you just told me, you know, too much. So it's also that vibe with getting zapped, you know, like memory zaps, like where again, like you're talking about something, it's like, damn, where was I? You know, or just like, or now the obvious one, like when I'm talking to y'all, matter of fact, and now I got a helicopter flying over me that's bothering. So you got that aspect, then you got my phone just making it ask about Wi-Fi while my Wi-Fi is off. Go figure. You know, what's his name? Snowden, the one that spoke out on the government looking at us through our phones and all this, you know. And again, this is awareness. We not let me be scared to talk because they, nah, man, they always watching. To hell with that, you know what I'm saying? Take a pic of your genitals and say, hey, look at me, you know, whatever. Like, don't be worried about that, because again, we don't deal with fear. Be fearless on all levels, because even a certain amount of awareness, if that awareness is constantly being the subject, you know, on a daily basis, then it falls away from awareness and becomes fear. You know, you make yourself aware of something and you keep it moving. If you're constantly harping on it, then, you know, that's not awareness. That becomes fear, you know. And there's a thin line between being aware and speaking on, or being aware of certain things, and being in a fearful place, you know. Like, all I gotta say is don't touch that stove one time. I don't have to keep making videos about, man, you know, just don't touch the stove, y'all. You know, it's hot. You know, fire come from it. And then I got another video. Yeah, man, just stay away from that stove. It's like, nah, now I'm fear-mongering y'all and making y'all scared of the stove. You know? So it's a very thin line between that awareness and fear, you know, fear-mongering indirectly. If you find yourself in a place of being fearful about anything, then, you know, you gotta go inward, do some meditation, work with some selenite and tourmaline, you know, cut some cards. You know, I got videos about how to cut cards, you know, of energy vamps, or just in general, you know, cutting cards from your spleen chakra, because your spleen chakra is where a lot of vamping energies could cling on to. You know, I talked about that exercise as well. But, you know, back to the subject at hand, though, like with us falling out of expressing ourselves, as far as like having a little memory zap. So it could come from again, being about to talk on something and be in your ego, like you're about to, and it's almost like the universe saying, look, if you can't say nothing good, don't talk at all, you know, type of vibe. So like if you're about to get into your ego about something, you like, or two, I always bring up like how you like trying to make a point, like, oh, I want to make this point, but I forgot. Like, yeah, the reason why you forgot about that point, because it wasn't going to do nothing to help everybody in the situation. It was only going to be an egotistical point to create more fussing and separation, or the illusion of separation within this conversation. So it was like better for it to just be forgotten. Or you got, again, where you channeling information and you channeling so much all at once that, you know, you just overwhelmed by it, and you kind of lose your train of thought, in essence, of why you even brought up the information. Not so much of a memory lapse, is more of like, you know, I don't know where I was headed with this information, but, you know, here it is, or here it go, or here it went. You know, and then you got the aspect of both sides of the spectrum trying to keep you quiet. It's like either, you know, the higher self and the oversoul, like, hey, that's just too much information, you know. And the other side, like, nope, not ready. And two, I'm even saying it without saying it, both sides to one coin, you know. There's that aspect on both sides. There's no good or bad. There's no good or evil, so to speak. You know, it's just the existence. So, I mean, you could see, like, because again, in showing you how this works, you know, the light information and I said the light and dark, the information or the truth is expressed from both sides at all times. You know, you got books that up front tell you, like, here, these are the chakras, this is how they work, you know, like just basically giving you the fullness of it straight up. Then you got the you know, the dark side of it, or let's just say, you know, the lower vibrational side, or in the essence of like the side that's trying to keep you down, is like they give out information on some riddle type of stuff where they put the information out there, but they're not telling you, like, hey, you know, when we say 666, the mark of the beast, we talking about carbon, we talking about melanin, or, you know, melanated people, or we trying to, oh, when we talk about this in this manner, we're trying to actually scare people from this information. Like, you know, they don't give the truth and the fullness of the truth, but they give it. You know, it's like, it's there. You know, that's the stuff with, like, with Aleister Crowley and a lot of these people, what's her name, Blavatsky, I forgot the female, HP or something, but it basically the esoteric female, she's famous for a lot of occult books as well. But like, just thinking to, you know, some of these things where it's like hidden, but to a certain extent, because even they speak out on the truth, it's just kind of like just coded in a certain manner, but it's still there for you to get nonetheless. You know, it's not like it's really fully being withheld, you know. But just that whole subject, and again, this airplane, I don't know if y'all hearing this stronger in my video. Let's see if I could point them out in the air. Yeah, there they go. See them making this little circle. About to come back around, make a whole lot of noise. And that's also something that became obvious during a trip one time, like, but like indirectly, like, say for instance, whoever in that doing that, they not probably actually messing with me, but those dark entities that they deal with on, or the people that they work for deal with, you know, on a high level, is working through them to try to throw a little salt on what I'm doing right here as well. So as much as they may be, you know, looking at something else, there's also sprinkling a little salt on what I'm doing right now, you know. But it's all good. I needed a little sodium intake for the day to get my daily percentage, just so you know, so it's all good. That's basically it, you know, just thinking to that subject, because I know a lot of times I made the video and I mostly just point out to that it may be a thing of ego, like when you may catch a little memory lapses as you're talking. Like, I mostly refer to it mostly being like something that your ego was about to spew out, or your lower vibrational self was about to spit out, and it just was something that was just unneeded. But it's more than that, so that's why I just shared that aspect. That's basically it. Those aspects are the main ones that I can think of. And since nothing else popping into my mind strongly, then I'll just say that's it. Peace. Happy now, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past.